Yay! You made it to another episode of the Weekend Hustle podcast. My name is Shelby Ohlschlager, and I'll be your host as we dive into barrel racers, athletes, and just people of the world to share, motivate, and inspire us all to be the best that we can be. Together, we can hustle. Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day so far, and just know that the sun is always shining on you. Just a little thought that I always think about when sometimes we don't feel worthy or we're feeling blah. Just know that the sun doesn't discriminate. It shines on everybody. So with that being said, I have an interview lined up for you with Josh Andrews. It will be releasing shortly. It's the next one. I'm in the middle of editing. You know, when we're self-accountable, I'll just be fully transparent here. It can be tough to stay on track when it's kind of all you doing all the pieces. And I think a lot of times we do wear a lot more than one hat. That's pretty, standard sometimes. And just know, like, if that's your case, that you wear a lot of hats and sometimes it can get a lot, just give yourself a break. It's okay. Just keep trying, stay organized, stay on track, do one thing at a time. We can't multitask. These are all just some things that I've learned throughout my own experience, and just staying present with what we're doing. Task at hand, give it your all in what you're doing. And really, it's really, really important to have the future in mind. Be present, but have the future in mind. So I want to share with you this little intro that I have before I interviewed Josh Andrews. So he took a little bit signing in because we got the time zone mixed up, which is totally normal, totally fine. And I had a little bit of time to just kind of chat. And I like to just, before an interview, do some self-talk that helps me just bring a good energy to the table. And having my mission in the forefront of my brain always, and having some self-talk that I do really helps me just show up as my best, not being nervous to talk to a stranger on the internet. And I'm an introvert by nature. I'm like an introvert extrovert. Like, I think a lot of us, we have these anxieties of the unknown or of meeting people, and that's totally fine. Like, that's so normal. It's insane. The thing that isn't normal, though, is letting that control you and letting that define you. So when I do these interviews, it's literally me taking those anxieties of the unknown or of meeting a stranger or of having to put myself out there in a way that you want it to go really well. Like, whenever I do an interview, I obviously really want it to go well. I want to leave a good impression. I want it to be fun but professional and just a good chat. And so that anticipation of it brings out some anxieties, and that those anxieties are actually what causes us to not actually perform those things that we want. So how do you overcome it? And so I have a little recording that I want to share with you. It was just my intro, or kind of just like my prep before Josh Andrews logged in on Zoom. So I'm going to share it with you. I hope you like it. It's just, I listen back at it and I'm like, damn, I think I need to share this with everybody. And I hope you can find some value in it, and just know that these things we can get through. And just we're so much stronger. And having this self-talk and how we portray things, how we perceive things makes such a difference. So I hope you enjoy, and also stay tuned for Josh Andrews' interview coming up soon. I am currently just waiting for Josh Andrews to join. He got the time zone mixed up, which is totally fair because it's definitely something that I would do. It's hard when you book stuff book stuff in an automated way. You think you know the time zone, and then it's fine. Like, it happens. And anyways, I was pretty nervous though, because it was supposed to be a few minutes ago when the clock was slowly making its way to 12:30. I was anticipating and being all anxious for the future, and just not worrying, but in a sense it is a worry because it means I'm not trusting. And trust is a new thing for me that I'm really trying to put in the forefront of my mind, of having more trust. And trusting my present moment, trusting myself is enough as I am, and trusting that I'm going to do the best I can in this moment of time. And that's all I can do. I can think in my head it's going to go better than it is, but it's going to go exactly how it is. And I need to show up and be present for it to unfold how it's going to unfold. And I want it to unfold well. So I'm just going to trust that, and I'm going to show up and just do my part and just be myself, because I think myself is okay. And a few things I wrote, because before every interview, I usually just kind of go through a couple affirmations, and they all change. Like, it's not like a template that I read. It's something that I just come up with that I feel like I need to know. And I just kind of let it flow out of my head. I write it down in the corner as a reminder as I'm getting ready for stuff like this. So what I wrote is to be in your body. And why I wrote be in your body is because when we're in our body, we're not in our thinking brain. When we're in our body, we're acting in the present. We're not thinking about what we need to do. We're just being in our body. We're just being ourselves. We're just acting like us, embodying our pure essence of who we are without the fear, the worry, the anxiety, without all that. We're just here in our body, not just in our brains. We're in our body. We're feeling our whole body, and doing stretches and yoga and a couple jumping jacks helps to just feel more in our body, get big, feel big. The body, the posture really matters to embody that feeling that you want, such as confidence and just security and being present and just being big and being yourself, and all those things. Just feel your body. The next thing I wrote is to enjoy my time. Sometimes I feel like you're rushing, or you're not actually just enjoying it for what it is. You're thinking about the outcome and not just enjoying your time. And that goes hand in hand with being present, just enjoying your time, enjoying the time. Don't rush it. Just enjoy the time. And if you're enjoying it, you're going to be in the moment. You're going to be present. You're going to be having fun. And having fun is the best medicine for everything. If you're enjoying what you're doing, you're going to do a good job. And that's just how it is. And so just try to enjoy yourself, enjoy the moment. The next one I said is be curious. Always being curious, always being open-minded, really important for everybody, especially for me doing an interview. I like to be open-minded and just remain curious. Just remain listening, remain curious, keep the brain open, keep myself open to different ideas. And just being curious helps a really good interview happen. So I just like to stay curious. The next thing was being you, be you, and trust yourself. That kind of all ties together with what I already said. But be you is just really honoring yourself and knowing who you are is good enough in the present moment. Basically, that's it. All your power is in the present. And that is what I wrote. I said, your power is in the present. That's it. That's it. Trust yourself to be your best. Trust yourself in order to be your best. And trust your steps. Trust where you are. All that stuff. Be your best. Your power is your present. With that, that's all I need to know. So we're going to be speaking with Josh Andrews, talk about his barrel racing, his horse trading business, I already said his barrel racing. See, maybe I'm not being very present right now. I do have a couple of things written down though. So it is the ideas of some stuff with horses, such as buying and selling, best practices. I want to dive into his new saddle line and discuss that, because I find that really cool. And I love people that are just go-getters, entrepreneurs, and going after things, because there's always obstacles that come with that, and personal obstacles that come with reaching goals in business. So it's really fascinating to hear the growth of a person plus the growth of their business. I want to ask about him stepping away a little bit from competition and maybe from training horses to being more business savvy. Sometimes we have to have transitions in our lives. So I wanted to ask him about that, because I'm pretty sure I saw him make a post a while ago just about stepping away from the training or stepping away from a lot of competition, because you can't do everything. So you do have to prioritize sometimes. And when you're starting a fresh business, prioritizing your business is key for its success. So sometimes we can't do it all at once. I really don't have like a ton of specific questions, just the business, getting started, promoting on social, putting yourself out there, obstacles to overcome. Like I said, there's always things that we have to overcome as an entrepreneur, as a horse person, as a competitor. It's not just the game, it's everything in the game, ourselves included. And that is a lot of stuff to unpack and to figure out. So it is a full circle thing. It's a full package. If you want to improve one area, other areas improve. And if you're not improving one area, every other area is not going to be as good. So it's a full circle of well-roundedness of who you are, who you want to be, starts in one area. Focus on improving one area. You'll realize in order to improve that one area, you have to improve other areas and then other areas. And you realize other areas you might lack. And you're like, oh, I have to do a lot of work. I sometimes get worried that I'm not as prepared as I should be. But again, I have to trust the process that sometimes you're not going to be as prepared as you think you should be. Sometimes you will have that worry, and that is a worry. That's the anxiety, feeling like, what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not enough? Go back to your trust. Trust that you are. Trust that it will work out. It'll be okay. It will. And that's how I feel. I was like, I don't know. But I trust myself. I trust what I'm going to say. I know Josh is amazing. I'm really excited to meet him. I'm trying to change the anxiety about it into an excitement to be like, I got to meet a new person. I got to make a new connection. And that is also beautiful. And that's also why I'm here, because I feel like I'm here to make connections. So step into the fear a little bit and change the fear to excitement. It's the same sort of feeling of jumping out of an airplane. Your heart's all like, you're all in like intent, like it's jumping out of an airplane is exciting. You're also a little afraid, but it's also really exciting. That's kind of like what it is, stepping out of your comfort zone. Scary, exciting. You get to choose how you feel about it. Your body responds to your thoughts, like legit. If you think about an event in your head, your body, your heart rate, you will start changing. Your body literally will start changing right before our eyes. So if we want to adjust and flow in ways, we can change our thoughts and how we view things, change the words. Are you scared or are you excited? Is this exciting to be changing and growing, or would you rather not? Being proud that you're stepping into something like this that is scary. You're facing your fears. And that is where growth comes from. Face your fear to know that you're going to be okay when you face your fears. And then that fear will not be a fear anymore because you've done it, not afraid. And you keep growing and you keep taking those steps of facing your fears every step of the way. Before you know it, you'll look back and you're like, wow, look at all those things I just faced. Those things aren't even scary anymore. And you'll look at the bottom of your staircase of all those fears you just climbed over. And you're like, wow, it's incredible. And it's not, you look at it in retrospect, and you're like, those things scared me, but I've done so much more since then. Also, the idea of having goals really help with this, because if you don't have goals, you're going to retract to your comfort zone. Trust me, I've been there. You need to have goals. You need to know what your purpose is and why you're doing the things, because if you don't have a why, you're not going to do it. You need a strong reason. You need that before you start anything. Figure out your why. What's propelling you, what's your fuel. If you don't have fuel, you can want to get somewhere all you want, but without the fuel to keep you going, you're not going to get there. And I think that's a good metaphor for reaching your goals and having a strong why behind it. This podcast, I recently rediscovered my why, or rediscovered a goal I have within it. So I already knew my why, but I didn't really have an end goal. I didn't have a goal, a growth goal, if you will. And my growth goal now is I want my episodes to be really, really good, that it reaches 10,000 people per episode. That's my new goal. Now it's working to do that. So that's why I'm comfortable speaking with strangers on the internet and putting myself out there as an introvert. It's hard. It's really hard, but it's good because it's how I evolve, and that's what I need to do. So having your goals is what you need. And I'm realizing that a lot more, because everyone says, oh yeah, goals, 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 goals. But legit, you need those goals. You need to know why. You need to have an objective. You need to be pushing towards something meaningful. And if you're not, the fear and the worry and the anxiety and the imposter syndrome and all the things that stop us will stop us, because we don't have a reason to push through it and push through the discomfort to become our ultimate selves. Okay? Things are starting to come back to me and I feel good about it. And it's mostly, I made a video, I haven't posted it, but it's about taking the action to get the feeling, to get the inspiration, to get the motivation. Start taking actions. Have a little hint. I had literally 2 seconds of an inspired action of finally messaging Josh Andrews to interview him. I'm like, okay, Shelby, slap, get it together. You have a podcast, people listen to it. It's a great medium for you. Like, you've made crazy connections from all over the world with your podcast. Keep it going. What are you doing? Like, what are you afraid of? And so I was like, you're right, Shelby. I do love doing the podcast, even though it's scary and I'm afraid to start again because it's been a few months. I'm worried, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I just reached out and now I'm doing an interview and I feel good about it. I feel good about it because I started taking the actions and now I'm starting to do the things, and now I'm starting to get into that creative flow again and getting into this type of topics that I'm talking about because this is what I thrive in. And I was not growing in the past few months. I was kind of stagnant. And with being stagnant also means not really being inspired by growing or by the challenges. I was just kind of like, blah, in a bubble, if you will. Apparently I'm in a bubble sometimes. So I'm trying to get out of the bubble and just expand myself, expand the business, and expand my impact, and expand others to do the same. And it's a full ripple effect if we all just start with ourselves. So I don't know what else I can tell you. I'm just waiting still for Josh to show up. Interesting. As I was just talking, the girl I interviewed recently just says, "Hey, love, hope you're well. I listened to your latest episode. Love it. Can't seem to find the healing cowgirl on social. I recommend CBD to so many of my clients. Would love to have a hookup and share." Cool. There we go. Just like that. Connections, collaborating, working together for the same good purpose. Good people helping good people, helping good people, helping good people. And on that note, I'll say, if you think you are a good people, you're a good person, help yourself, take care of yourself. If you're unhealthy, you can't help other people get healthy in every way, in spiritual sense, physical, emotional, your goal health, your thriving health, like your business health, all the health. Everything relies on health. The earth health is not doing well because we are not healthy. People that are leading aren't healthy, and we're making decisions that are affecting the health of all of us. And if we want to change that, change yourself and how you can improve your health and improve the world and the climate and the environment, starts with you, by you taking the action for your own health. And then from there, you can start other people. It seems overwhelming sometimes if you want to make a big impact, but you're like, there's just so many people. How is one little person supposed to help? And trust me, I felt that way many times, still do. But I do realize that things do take time, and I am only one person, but also if I'm going to do it right, I do have to start with myself. And that's just the bottom line, to start with myself, because if I'm not healthy, how am I supposed to inspire others to get healthy? And if you can inspire, like for my podcast, if I can inspire 10,000 people every episode to do something beneficial and good for themselves, their horse, their family, their community, then that is a huge win. And that makes a difference. So it makes a difference. And I actually have this other thought, I do think there's nothing wrong with learning from people. At the same time, the greatest way I have learned is from myself. I learned from my own inner work, my own inner journey. Okay, he wants to join. See, now I feel like my heart racing. I have to text him. Ooh, now I have Josh's number. Wow. I'm an idiot. Just fangirling over here. But I also thought, like, I've talked to other pretty cool people before. So it's like, if I can do that, I can do this. No problem. And then I had an amazing interview that went over an hour and a half with Josh Andrews. And it was great. And I felt amazing after. And so all the worries, all the things, all the self-talk just showed me that, hey, it's totally okay to feel this way. It's not okay not to do it because you don't know how you're going to feel after. And usually that sense of victory and that accomplishment surpasses all the worries and the anxieties. So I just hope that for your sake, that when you feel that sense, step into it, lean into it, embrace it, be like, hey, this is a scary thing. This means I should do it. Mostly speaking, obviously this is within reason, and mostly with our own mental health is what I'm referring to. If you see a line that you're afraid of, you should be afraid of it, please. But just know that, yeah, if you're afraid of these worries, the future, the uncertainty of everything, doing this type of stuff and leaning into that and embracing it is how you grow. It's how you evolve. And we love when we grow. We thrive when we grow. And so I encourage you just to do things that make you grow, even if it's scary. If it's scary, you're doing it right. If you're afraid, that's a good thing. It means do the things that you're afraid of, because those are the things that life is telling you, hey, this is your direction. This is your path. Your better self is on the other side of this fear. You overcoming this obstacle is your better self. And when we do those things, we feel so good. We feel so empowered. We feel so capable. Like I just said, if I can do this, if I can talk to these people, I can talk to that person. And so the story goes. If I can do this barrel race, I can do that barrel race, no problem. If I can fill in the blank, then I can surely do this other thing too. And that's the cycle, and that's how we gain momentum, and that's how we gain confidence, by showing up, doing the things that are scary, that we are afraid of, and facing our fears is how we grow. And it's a beautiful thing. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you want me to do more of these, I have actually a couple other ones that I know I've done just for my own self as the camera's recording, me waiting for my guest to enter the Zoom room. I just kind of blab along. So if this is something that you enjoyed and you want more, please let me know. Reach out to Weekend Hustle on all social media. I'll also have a link below, because I would love to start answering questions on the podcast that you have. So I have a little like a voice recorder software that you can record a question. It can be completely anonymous. I don't have to share your question if you don't like. I'll just say it, so it won't be your voice. But if you have any questions or any feedback, you can use that. And it's just a fun way that we can communicate and connect, and like I said, get any of your questions you have for me, get them answered on the show, and I'd be so happy to be a part of your journey and to help out in any way that I can, and just give you my perspective. And sometimes that's all we need, is just different eyes, a different brain on a subject. And if there's something you're going through that you just maybe want support or encouragement or guidance just from somebody else, and just having that different view, then please don't hesitate to reach out. The link will be in the show notes. So please click that, follow your intuition, and let's just connect and let's keep growing. So thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned for Josh's interview coming up shortly, and we will talk soon. Goodbye for now.